morning, class. My name is Sergeant Katowski. Today we are going to go over task number 071-Charlie Oscar Mike-1000. How to identify topographic symbols on a military map. Before I start this class, I'm going to go over some administrative tasks, overall hazards, risk assessment, controls, and the environment we are in today. Overall risk level is going to remain low. It's going to remain low throughout the whole day. Some hazards I'm going to hit on. A few hazards that are located. We're in a classroom setting, so please look around. You'll see outlets. Do not touch the outlets. Do not mess with the outlets. Second hazard we're going to go over is wires, cords. You'll see wires, you'll see cords laying out throughout the floor. You'll see cords plugged into outlets. If there's a cord unplugged, please raise your hand. I will address that situation. And I ask you guys, please be situationally aware of where you're walking and stepping so that no one trips over any cords today. Ceiling fans. Obviously the classroom could be hot. You see the ceiling fans, don't touch them, don't mess with them. If you're a relatively tall individual, please watch where you're raising your hands and do not elevate yourself on any chairs. You do not want anyone getting hit by a fan today. Also, you guys brought in foods and drinks, obviously a water source. On the tables, you see my equipment, my maps, my TCs. Please, if you're going to drink water, which I encourage you to do so, please, when you're done, put the food and drinks back on the floor. I do not want any damaged equipment. And if you make a mess, please clean it up. I want no one slipping or falling today during this class. Another hazard we might run into is some wildlife. If you see any bugs, you see a dog, please leave them alone. Don't touch them, don't pet them. Some members in here have service dogs. Do not pet or touch that service dog. Most dogs will be gated or leashed, so you won't have to worry about that today. A few additional hazards or conditions we might run into. I'm going to hit on some weather conditions. Obviously, we're in a classroom situation, a classroom setting. We're not going to have to worry too much about weather, but in case of a severe weather storm like a tornado, we will relocate to the basement, which is located in the lower level. And we'll take shelter there. I will get accountability, push up to higher. Obviously, obey the Army Green Policy, reduce, reuse, recycle. Anything you brought in with you today, we'll leave with you. If it becomes trash, I ask, please throw it in a respected bin. We will conduct police calls if there's AO. At the end of this class, we will do a final police call and inspection to ensure that class is left the way we found it. Last but not least is our physical security. In case of an active shooter situation, the first step we will do is remain in this classroom, hide, and call 911. Second step, if found upon, we will attempt to run. If we cannot run, we will fight. We will come together and eliminate that threat. After that is done, I will gain accountability and push that up to higher. Next, I'm going to conduct some PCCs, PCIs throughout the classroom before we dive into this class. I would like everyone to get out a pen, paper, let me see some ID cards, their water source, and the equipment and materials I left on your desk, which would include a map and a TC. Please leave those out so I can swing by and check out each individual soldier. At that time, I would check every individual soldier and check that off my PCC and PCI checklist. Okay, now we're going to dive into the class, guys. But first, we need to hit on some tasks, conditions, and standards. This is what I'm going to expect from you today. Task: identify topographic symbols on a military map. Conditions: you are a member of a squad in a field environment. You have been given a 1 to 50,000 scale ratio map. And requirement to identify topographical symbols on the map. Some standards for today: I want you guys to be able to identify basic colors, topographic symbols, and marginal information on that map. There are no special conditions, no special standards. Safety risk will remain low, and you guys do not have to do this in MOP 4 gear. Some performance steps. These are going to be the key steps that you guys are going to be evaluated on at the end of this class. Step 1, identify the 6 basic colors on a military map. Step 2, identify symbols on a military map. Step 3, identify marginal information on a military map. You guys have pen and paper, take notes, utilize the TCs in front of you so that you can successfully pass and be trained at the end of today. Step 1. Step 1 of task 071 Charlie Oscar Mike-1000. We're going to go over the 6 basic colors on a military map. Those consist of black, blue, brown, green, red, and red brown. Black are your cultural man-made features, surveyed spot elevations, and labels on a map. Blue is water. That's going to be your ponds, your rivers, your lakes, drainage, streams, etc. Brown is going to consist of all relief features, cultivated lands, and etc. Green is vegetation, your woods, your orchards, your vineyards, your grasslands. Red, major roads, your built-up areas, and highly populated areas. And then we have red-brown. These are all relief features, non-surveyed spot elevations, and consist of contour lines. We're going to hit on some more colors, guys. It's the same colors I want you guys to reiterate because we go back to performance step number 1. It hits on those 6 basic colors. Here's some examples you might see on a map of water. So here's an example of streams, ponds, the vegetation, examples of woods, orchards, grasslands, marsh or swamps. Next, we'll go talk about examples of the color black, which is man-made objects. You got trails, railroad tracks, churches, schools, fences. Okay? Now we're going to hit on some marginal information. This is where you're going to locate and need to find on a map. Alright? Grid reference box, legend. Legend in the bottom left-hand corner. Grid reference box is in the bottom. Again, guys, I want you to be able to find and locate these. Scale. Scale is located 2 times on a military map. Top left-hand corner, and then right above the bar scale. Alright? Next one is bar scale. I will blow that up and do a better picture for you in the following slides. Contour interval notes right below the bar scale, and your credit notes right below the contour interval notes. Some more additional marginal information. Sheet name, located twice on a military map. Top of the map, bottom left-hand corner of the map. Correlates with the sheet number. Sheet number is located in the top right-hand corner and the bottom left-hand corner. Then we have boundaries, adjoining sheets, and elevation guide. That is going to be in the right-hand corner of the map. And then the declination diagram, which is how you use to find your azimuth, located right next to the boundaries, adjoining sheets, and elevation guide. Legend. Legend is a huge component, guys. This is going to be your bread and butter when it comes to that evaluation. If you do not know what a symbol means on a military map, you go to you reference the legend, and the legend will tell you exactly what that means. There will be a picture blown up to give you a better description and better view of that. But if you look on your maps in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll be able to get a head start and see exactly what I'm talking about. Here's that bar scale blown up into a better picture for you guys and what you can see. That scale number, that 1 to 50,000 ratio, right? Located twice on a military map. This is just a blown up picture of what you guys need to look for and identify if you're looking for the bar scale. Step 2. Okay, here we go. The legend I'm talking about, right? But within this legend on a military map, a key component is knowing that there's both a legend and a military legend. The basic legend is going to show you your basic symbols and labels. Roads, railroads, miscellaneous cultural features such as buildings, schools, churches, hospitals, and etc. Located on the legend also shows you identifiers for streams, lakes, rivers, ponds, vegetations, forests. All right, that is how you'll be able to identify symbols on a military map. Next, we got the military legend. Military legend will identify all military features on a military map. For example, you have restricted access, impact areas, ranges, gates, training sites, ASPs, amateur storage points. These are all symbols that will help you identify what they mean on a military map, and that is located in the legend. Step 3, all right, we're going to identify some marginal information as well, give you guys some practice, okay? Questions 1 through 12, all right? They have names with them, sheet name, sheet number, scale. With the number correlated with the answer, I want you guys to find that on your maps in front of you, and then write the number next to the item. So if you locate the sheet name, you're going to put number 1. If you locate the sheet number, you're going to put number 2, etc. I want you guys to take 5 minutes. You can partner up or you can do this individually, but 5 minutes to complete 1 through 12. Take this time to practice and prepare yourselves for the future evaluation. If any of you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to raise your hand. Practice may begin. All right, at that time, practice is concluded. We're going to be moving on towards our evaluation stages. I'm going to reinstate the task, conditions, and standards. And this is task number 071-Charlie Oscar Mike-1000. The task I've asked of you today: identify topographic symbols on a military map. Conditions: you're a member of a squad in a field environment, and you've been given a 1 to 50,000 scale ratio map, military map, and the requirement is to identify symbols and marginal information on a military map. Standards: I expect you guys to be able to identify the 6 basic colors, identify symbols, and marginal information on a military map. The key performance measures that I'm going to ask of you today and that you will be evaluated on today: identify those 6 basic colors on a military map, identify symbols on a military map, identify marginal information on a military map. Any questions on this? Ask now. Okay, moving on to our evaluation portion of this class. Everyone will have a brief evaluation on each member, and it will either be a pass or fail. If you guys pass, you will be considered trained. At this time, please read through the questions. I want you guys to pay attention to number 5. Just like in step 3, how we had the questions 1 through 12, same thing. Legend, scale, sheet number 6, 7, 8, right? Once you find the legend, you will write number 6. Once you find the scale, you will write number 7, etc. At this time, I'm going to pass out a test. On this test is a map. On the backhand side, you will be able to write the correlating numbers with the following, and then you will write your name, unit, and you will pass the test up when you are done. You will have 30 minutes to complete this 10-question test, and that test begins now. Test is concluded. Everyone has passed up their test to me, and everyone has passed. So at this point, I will complete all your evaluations, and you guys will be goes, and you will be listed as trained. Today we're going to hit on the summary. Like, what did we cover today, guys? We went over you guys had the maps and the TCs in front of you. That TC is 3-25.26. We will hit an AR after this. The risk assessment is still low. After all that, we will do one final police call. We will ensure that our classroom is completely picked up, and the final inspection of our AO is the way we left it. Okay, guys? Thank you for being patient, and thank you for participating. Moving on. We're going to hit the AAR, all right? First, I'm going to go over some rules and goals. Everyone has the right to speak. I want to encourage maximum effort and participation. The more you guys speak, the better I'll be for the next class. Please do not talk over each other, and I ask all of you to please respect each other and be respectful of differing viewpoints. So what happened today? Go over a little bit of the training outline. So the training statement is today, you guys all received task number 071-Charlie Oscar Mike-1000, which is identify topographic symbols on a military map. You were given a 1 to 50,000 scale ratio map. You guys were given TCs as references, and you were expected to identify the 6 basic colors, symbols, and marginal information on a military map without any assistance. During this course, we did an overall risk assessment as well as provided you guys with hazards, because conducting this 6-hour training block in a classroom setting, I restated that we need to watch out for outlets, do not touch them, be situationally aware of your cords and your surroundings, be aware of the ceiling fans, do not mess or touch with wildlife or support dogs, as well as I went over weather considerations, the Army Green policy, and an active shooter situation and what to do in those scenarios. You guys are then given a practice pre-test, is what I like to call it. Everyone met that standard right away. So after that standard, we hit the task, condition, and standards again and moved to our evaluation stage of the process. You guys took that 10-question test. Everyone passed. Everyone is trained. And we are now hitting our ARR. So that is what was supposed to happen. What did happen? Everyone hit all 3 performance measures. hit all task conditions and standards. You practiced all 6 basic colors, symbols, and marginal informations, and you guys were able to identify and locate all of those performance steps. Everyone here was evaluated and trained. Can you guys tell me what went right or what went wrong? Today, I think what went right was the PowerPoint. PowerPoint was great. No issues, no technical malfunctions. Worked great. Was able to give you guys the information needed in order for you to be trained today. Is there anything I can improve on for next time? This will help better future soldiers for this class. I think one thing I can improve on is I would print off the task extract, which is task number 071-Charlie Oscar Mike-1000. And it would be easier if you guys probably would have that in front of you, right? Be able to reference the task conditions and standards and what is expected of you to understand for that task. At this time, I would like anyone, if you haven't already or you're scared to, please let me know if anyone has been injured or if any of my equipment has been damaged throughout this class. No injuries? Fantastic. With that, would I say all control measures have been implemented? I would say yes. No one was injured during the course of my class. I would like to thank everyone for coming out today, participating, and being a part of this class. Please, guys, you guys can leave all my equipment at the tables. I'm going to do one final PCCs, PCIs. I want everyone to ensure that they got their ID cards, their pens, their papers, their water sources, and all my equipment. This time I would check every individual soldier, check that off my PCC, PCI checklist. And at this point, we would conduct one final police call to ensure the AO is how we left it. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Be safe.